You ever stop and wonder how someone can work their tail off for like 40 years straight, and then when it's time to retire, there's just nothing? It's a really frustrating and honestly a kind of scary thought for a lot of people. But what if I told you the reason it happens all boils down to one single powerful idea? Let's get into it.
And there it is, right there. That one sentence from Robert Kiyosaki pretty much explains the whole thing. A single misunderstanding about this one idea can literally sink a person's entire financial future. So today, we are going to break down exactly what this means so you can steer clear of that trap for good.
We like to call this whole problem the 40-year broke trap. It's this vicious cycle that just keeps hardworking people from ever really getting ahead. But here's the good news, right? Getting out of it doesn't mean you have to win the lottery or get some fancy finance degree. Nope. It just takes one simple but really profound shift in how you think about money. Seriously, think about that question. If you've ever asked yourself that, you are definitely not alone. This isn't some small, niche problem. It affects the vast majority of people out there. And it all starts with a huge misunderstanding about what it actually means to build wealth, a misunderstanding we're about to clear up right now.
Okay, so to get our finances straightened out, we have to go back to square one. We need to learn the real, and I mean incredibly simple, definitions of assets and liabilities. Just forget all the complicated jargon you've ever heard. It all just comes down to one thing. Which way is the money flowing?
So first up, an asset. Super simple. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. That's it. Think of it like a little money-making machine that you own. It could be stocks that pay you dividends, or maybe a rental property that brings in rent checks every month, or even a business that's turning a profit. If it's generating cash for you, it's an asset. End of story.
And now for the flip side, a liability. You guessed it, it's anything that takes money out of your pocket. This is your car payment that you have to make every month. It's your credit card debt that's racking up interest. It's even those brand new gadgets that need monthly payment plans. If it's draining your bank account, yeah, that's a liability.
So here it is in action. We call this the cash flow test. See? On the left, you've got assets. Cash flows in. On the right, liabilities. Cash flows out. That's it. That is the entire game of personal finance right there on one screen. The most important thing is just knowing which of these two columns your purchases belong in.
All right, so if it's really that simple, why do so many people get it wrong? Well, it's because most of us are caught in what you could call the great wealth illusion. This is the trap that tricks us into spending our money in a way that keeps us broke, all while making us feel like we're rich.
You know what society's picture of success looks like, right? It's the big house, the brand new car, the latest gadgets, designer everything. We're basically told our whole lives that if you have these things, you've made it. They're the ultimate symbols that you're doing well.
But hold on, let's ask the real question here. Let's use our little cash flow test on all that stuff. Is the mortgage on that big house, the payment on that new car, the credit card bill for that fancy wardrobe, are those things putting money in your pocket, or are they taking money out of it?
And that right there is the heart of the trap. You might feel super wealthy driving that new car or living in that huge house, but the reality is your bank account is slowly bleeding out. Every single month, these things you thought were assets are actually just liabilities in disguise, pulling money out of your pocket and making it impossible to build any real wealth.
Okay, so we get the problem. It's a big one. But how do we fix it? Well, it all comes down to a really simple but powerful rule that you can start using for every single financial decision you make, starting, well, right now. This is it. This is the golden question. Before you buy anything, I don't care if it's a cup of coffee, a new car, or a share of stock, just pause and ask yourself this. The answer immediately tells you if you're about to buy an asset or a liability. Think of this question as your own personal financial bouncer, deciding what gets into your life. Let's make this super practical. Look at these two scenarios. In scenario A, you buy a small rental apartment. After you pay all the bills, the rent your tenant pays you means cash is flowing in every month. Boom, that's an asset. Now, scenario B, you buy the latest and greatest iPhone on a monthly payment plan. Every single month, cash flows out to pay for it. That's a liability. You see, you could start with the same amount of money, but end up in two totally different financial worlds. So the way forward is actually really clear. It's not about making a ton more money. It's about learning to direct the money you already have into the right column. It all boils down to one simple little formula.
It all comes back to this. This is all you need to remember. Your number one goal should be to get as many things as you can from line 1, assets, while trying to avoid or get rid of the things on line 2, liabilities. Focus on what puts money in your pocket, not what takes it out. That's the whole secret, right there.
Look, knowing this stuff is one thing, but actually using it, that's what changes the game. So as you go about your week, start looking at everything you buy through this new lens. And that leaves us with one last, really important question to ask yourself. When you look at your own life, which column are you filling up? Which assets are you building right now?
If this made you think, hit like, share it with someone who needs it, and comment what you want to learn next. Follow Mindset Millionaire for daily wealth lessons.